Welcome to WagerTalk TV, everyone. I'm Minty Beth. Joining me today is Dr. Chuck. Follow him on Twitter at Dr. Chuck RX. And Tony Finn. Follow him on Twitter at Finn at WagerTalk. Very confusing, Finn. Thank you. So this Saturday, let's take it to the West Coast with the start of the Pac-12. This Saturday, the USC Trojans host Arizona State Sun Devils. Guys, here, let's see. USC is favored by 10.5 points, and the total set at 58 right now. Dr. Chuck, I'd like to hear what you think about this game. Who do you like?
So Pac-12 is starting an experiment where they're going to do some noon games out there by you guys. So we get some 9 o'clock, or you get some 9 o'clock football here with a pretty good matchup between these two teams. Two quarterbacks that I'm excited to watch because they're team guys that we don't get to see over here. Justin Fields, Trevor Lawrence, Mac Jones get all the notoriety, but Jaden Daniels and Keaton Slovis are going to light up scoreboards all season long. I like a lot of the changes USC made. You know, they did keep Helton, but everything around him is I think, you know, a little bit better than him. And they have a lot of pieces back, probably the best receiving core in the country, possibly with Vaughns and St. Brown, amongst others. It's going to be hard to stop them from scoring, even though Arizona State is, you know, pretty loaded on defense, have a lot of returning pieces there. I don't like the side as much at this point, unless you were online ready to bet with 5 dimes when it opened at 7.5. That was gone by Sunday morning. But I would have got it. I would have definitely got in there at under 10. I think USC, the value's there. I think 11 is right about where I like it, but I would definitely lean towards the over at a 58. Seems to be staying pretty steady, so I'd maybe wait and see. Everything seems to be dropping down so far this season, especially early on in conference play. So I kind of like the over, as both teams could possibly, you know, exploit each other's defense to start.
All righty, Dr. Chuck, lean in the over. Tony, what do you think?
I think there should be a caveat, or at least a disclaimer, on Pac-12 games, and that is any games for that matter. If you looked at the Big Ten in the first 2 weeks of the Big Ten, you saw a dichotomy from performances in week 1 to those in week 2 that were night and day, black and blue. My point is this. I made a little note to myself, Tony, be careful week 1 games. Be just as careful in week 2, and then dive and at least wade into the Pac-12 or Big Ten or all the waters that are college football before pushing in at the counter. But we'll say this: what the good doctor mentioned, everything's accurate. First off, this USC offense is going to be, in my opinion, inside the Pac-12 is going to be almost unstoppable. They also returned 12 starters or 12 primary minute contributors from a defense that was arguably the worst ever in the history of Pac-12 football last year. So here's the assessment that you have to make. I've made mine, but as somebody watching this video and getting an idea who you want to play, or getting some kind of insight from so-called professionals, is this, and that is, did those starters from the U.S. defense that was just since we do have FAA regulations in this public broadcast, I won't use the words, but they were effing bad. So, or did they get better? Are they going to be the same people? Here's the deal. It's unfortunate. Listen, Arizona State lost Brandon A to San Francisco, and he's had a fantastic rookie season. They do have Daniels. He didn't face USC last year, which is too bad, because he may have gone NFL had he faced USC and thrown for 10 touchdown passes in one game. USC is more talented on the offense side of the ball. Defensive side of the ball, they are as pedestrian as they come. So my assessment of this game is to play the over. That's the one thing I say. This is what we do: play the over. It's a week 1. Offenses are supposed to be ahead of defenses a little bit. They can surprise. They don't have film. Yada yada yada. I like the over in this game. And I like USC, but laying 11 is look before you leap in this week 1 of the Pac-12. That's my take.
Beautiful. Both of you guys like the over here. Also, Tony, your shirt looks like Beetlejuice. I don't know. It just looks very
you like it?
Right.
Yes.
Anyway, yes, too. I do. In fact, it's perfect for Halloween. All right, guys. Thank you so much for your insight. And thank you guys for listening. For $1.99, get every college football and NFL play for any handicapper through the end of November at sportsmemo.com and wagertalk.com. Thanks for joining us.